participants are growing. That's good. Today we will have a great webinar where many of us, I hope all of us actually, will get the answers on your burning questions. And I hope after today's webinar, we will have a better clarity and understanding what we are trying to do, where we are going, how it will help our community, how it will help us to continue the work that we do. All right. So we have received quite a lot of questions, and we have summarized them. Well, not me personally, but questions. And during today's webinar, they will try to answer all of them. We have time, 1.5 hours. So we will try to fit in this timing. If there will be a need to continue such webinar, then we will do that. But today we will have 1.5 hour webinar. I do recommend for you guys to listen to the webinar till the end, like to the presentation till the end.
आज 1 घंटे का वेबिनार है और उस 1 घंटे को वेबिनार को हमको सुनना है और सारे क्वेश्चंस को आप लिख के रखिए और जैसे चैट के अंदर क्वेश्चन को ना लिखें
in a Q&A box, and then at
आप क्वेश्चन एंड आंसर्स को एक लिख के रखिए.
When all the questions will be answered, the ones we have, we will go through the questions that you will ask during the presentation. Please listen carefully so you don't ask the questions which will be answered during the webinar. All right. Because this is what happens in the past. You connect in the middle or you do other stuff, and then at the end of the webinar,
बीच में कोई भी रोक टोक मत कीजिएगा. जो लोग सुन के आप अपने सवाल लिख लीजिए और सवाल को आप जल्दी से जल्दी उसको जब आपका वो होगा.
So today I will be with you guys, Anete Martinsone. I'm a part of.
मेरा नाम Anete Martinsone है.
But we will also have two great gentlemen who will.
हमारे साथ 2 और लोग जुड़े होंगे.
Deyev, I hope I pronounced it correctly, who is the founder and CEO of
Deyev हैं और
Shem, who is the chief of operations of the SEO box and a Soulbound ID. All right, guys. So without further ado, I give the floor to you, and let's do the best.
Thank you, Anete, for the introduction. And yes, my name is Deyev.
मेरा नाम Deyev है.
Co-founder at Starbucks.
मैं co-founder हूँ इस कंपनी का. Ross Chief Operating Officer है इस कंपनी के.
So today we're going to speak about the questions, your questions.
हम लोग आज आपके सवालों के बारे में बात करेंगे. जो नए प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, कम्युनिटी. जी.
Yeah, let's start with getting more information about what we do, where we come from.
हम लोग शुरू करते हैं जैसे इस तरह से शुरू करते हैं जैसे हमको नए से नए प्रोजेक्ट्स किस तरह से लगाने हैं उस हिसाब से हम लोग शुरू करते हैं.
For the last 4 years, focus on the subject of asset tokenization. You know this from the abbreviation of a security token offering. So that's something that we have focused for the last 4 years. I would like to pass microphone to Ross, and he will explain.
अब Ross बात करेंगे. Ross in detail में बात करेंगे.
Moving towards digital identities.
Yep. Thank you, Jean. Thank you, Anete, for your great introduction, and it is a pleasure to be here. We have already conducted our first webinar last week, right? And of course, we understand that there are a lot of questions to be answered, and our expectations.
बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आंसर करने को है मुझे, और मैं सारे के सारे क्वेश्चंस क्वेश्चंस को उत्तर दूंगा। मैं सारे कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स को का वेलकम करता हूं यहाँ पे। हम सारे के सारे आंसर मैं सारे के सारे सवालों का जवाब दूंगा। मैं रॉस हूँ, मैं स्टॉक बॉक्स
And before we start, because I saw the questions from the community members from Anete, that in regards who we are and what we have done and how we started this project. And to understand this, let me share with you information that will provide you the better picture where we came from. So Jean and I, we are the founders of Stobox, right? And SOULBID, it is a sub-project from our Stobox company, right? And in Stobox, we are focusing on the tokenization of assets for the last 4 years. And at this moment, we are top 5 turnkey tokenization providers in the world. So what we do, we help private companies, common companies, right, to transfer the shares, the securities from paper to blockchain, to fundraise or to
हम कंपनियों को मदद करते हैं शेयर्स को ब्लॉकचेन में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए। हम लोग पूरी दुनिया के टॉप 5 टर्नकी प्रोवाइडर हैं। We won the award like best tokenization startup of the year based on the Hacker Noon voting. It is Tech Media. We are very actively contributor for the most progressive and famous association Crypto Valley in Europe. We are the member. Also, we are the member of Digital Finance Association, and we participating in a roundtables with Dubai regulators about implementation of securities laws. Previously, for example, we worked with Maltese government and we issued a book, physical book, about how to make their STO in a proper way with Maltese regulator, right? So we're very close and close working with a component authority about security tokens. And at this moment we have more than 60 clients that believe in Stobox and with whom we're doing their tokenization, right? And we have our range of services and we have our range of products. And we are top 5 providers in field of tokenization. That's why in the Dubai conference, we met Mila and Armand and started together our journey in respect of STO and Stobox, Jean and I and our team helping Crew and VCRU, right, with the transformation to do the STO properly and conduct it successfully, right? And also, I saw have seen question before about the community, that we don't have the community or where is our community. So please check out the Stobox in social medias, in Twitter, in Telegram. आप लोग Stobox को सोशल मीडिया में और सोशल मीडिया पे जितने भी प्लेटफॉर्म्स है उसमें चेक कीजिए, वहां पे 60,000 से ज्यादा लोग हैं।
30,000 in our
टेलीग्राम में 30,000 से ज्यादा लोग हमसे जुड़े हुए हैं। हमारे पास एक बहुत बड़ी कम्युनिटी है लोगों की जो हमारे साथ इस बहुत बड़ी जीन और मैं रॉस, हम दोनों स्टॉबॉक्स के फाउंडर हैं। अब जीन बात करेंगे।
Thank you, Ross. Yeah, next slide, perfect. I also kindly ask you, these are the QR codes. Check out the QR code. You will be redirected to the Stobox main website where you have all the information on who are our clients, what we do, what are we focused, what is the team, what are our products, what are our services. So there you can find
आप हमारी वेबसाइट से बहुत सारी जानकारी ले सकते हैं जिसमें हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स, हमारे सारी चीजों के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी मिल सकती है।
Go through first part of the presentation quite quickly.
मैं पहले प्रेजेंटेशन के पहले पार्ट में शुरू करूंगा। मैंने ये चीज मेरे पहले फर्स्ट वेबिनार में भी एक्सप्लेन कर रखी है।
Probably most of you have heard about the NFTs, non-fungible tokens. So basically
आप सब लोगों को NFTs के बारे में जानकारी होगी। NFTs ब्लॉकचेन के अंदर मौजूद है।
Usually people are creating pictures and art and music and share this music. But the implementation of that technology may be a bit different. So and this is what we call
NFT टेक्नोलॉजी का जो NFT टेक्नोलॉजी को लागू करने में थोड़ा डिफरेंट, थोड़ा सा अलग तरीका है।
Which means that an identity, if we create and attach an identity on that non-fungible token, the wallet, your blockchain wallet, may be whitelisted for automatic Web3 procedures, like tokenization. So a Soulbound is a new technology which was first described by Vitaly Buterin and explained about Vitaly Buterin. But the main idea is that you can't transfer that token anywhere. It's once it's minted, it's created on your wallet address. And it's not only that maybe an identity.
NFT को आपके blockchain wallet में wallet से कहीं पे भी transfer नहीं किया जा सकता।
Type of data that cannot be sold or bought or transferred.
किसी भी तरह के data को
can be represented in this
बेचा नहीं जा सकता है।
in a non-transferable token. So that's where the name comes from. So our Soulbound ID is the technology that would whitelist blockchain addresses. Think of this as passporting blockchain addresses. A blockchain address is a very cold place to be. It has no a human touch. It's just the address.
Blockchain address जो है वो एक technical term है और ये बहुत सटीक तरीके से काम करता है।
Person does something with his life. He experienced something, and that person represents something. He may be an investor. He may be, this data can be stored in and hashed in this token, and then wherever they go, the person goes. This data will be
Soulbound token
algorithms and smart contracts would understand that it's a decent person.
को किसी भी दूसरी आइडेंटिटी पे ट्रांसफर नहीं किया जा सकता। ये ब्लॉकचेन तकनीक से काम करती है।
Yeah, sure. I will try to explain it as easy as I can, right? So what are the Soulbound tokens? Guys, please write.
मैं आपको बताऊंगा कि Soulbound token होता क्या है।
At 10, if you understand what is NFTs, right? If you are familiar with NFTs.
अगर आप लोग NFTs के साथ familiar हैं, तो आपको समझ में जरूर आ जाएगा कि Soulbound token होते क्या है।
From 0 to 10, if you know what NFTs are.
अगर आप NFTs को जानते हैं।
8. I see 8.
I see someone is spamming the chat, but that's.
Yeah, guys.
That's a different story.
Message in the chat if you understand what NFTs are. And if you
आप लोग मैसेज कर सकते हैं चैट में कि NFT क्या है। अगर आपको पता है।
They
Okay.
close the chat
Okay,
because
no
otherwise
problem.
we have the spams coming in.
Okay,
Absolutely.
no problem.
Okay, let's.
No problem. So I will continue my explanation. So Soulbound tokens, it is the logical development of the blockchain industry. What is blockchain? Blockchain, it is a ledger, data ledger, right? Where we can
Blockchain डाटा को रखने का एक खाता बुक है, एक वही खाता है।
Store in Google Sheets. So it is the place where we store the information. And the blockchain is a technology where you can store something. For example, cryptocurrencies, it is the logical development of blockchain because you can put your currency on blockchain and it is cryptocurrency, right? For example, you can put on blockchain images and it is NFTs. NFTs, it is pictures on blockchain, right? You can put, for example, shares or securities of your private companies on blockchain and it is a security tokens, right? So
ब्लॉकचेन एक ऐसी जगह है जहां पे आप अपनी क्रिप्टो करेंसीज को रख सकते हैं, जहां पे आप अपने शेयर्स को रख सकते हैं.
Security tokens, it is shares on the blockchain, or cryptocurrencies, for example, it is currencies on blockchain. And what are the Soulbound?
आप करेंसीज को ब्लॉकचेन में रखा जा सकता है.
Entity token, not NFT, but entity. Entity is a non-transferable token. And why we need Soulbound? And it doesn't mean it is a soul, and doesn't mean that I give a soul. So soul, it is a soul of your blockchain address. Because currently on blockchain, you have your certain address of your wallet, right? And it is completely anonymized, right? But
Anonymous.
then anonymous, right? So the new era and new vehicle of development of the blockchain technology, it is to have the soulbound tokens where you will have a track on your addresses, on your address. What
soulbound token से आपको ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करने में बहुत सहूलियत मिलेगी.
I'm Ross, right? I have my blockchain address and I have studied in university, and this university sent to me their soulbound token that I was there. So if Anete will check my wallet, right, Anete will see that I was in this university. So it's like a badges, right? So in this case,
soulbound token एक तरह की आइडेंटिटी है जो ब्लॉकचेन के द्वारा देखी जा सकती है.
So it's like a CV of your profile on blockchain. So Anete can understand that I am a great guy because I was in university in Switzerland and I have visited a recognized conference.
अगर मैं इस तकनीक से मैंने अपने पूरी जीवन शैली में, पूरे जीवन में जो चीजें की हैं, जो उपलब्धियां की हैं, उन सारी चीजों को इस तकनीक से देखा जा सकता है. ये एक पासपोर्ट की तरह है. आप जहां पे आपने ब्लॉकचेन के अंदर जितनी भी चीजें की हैं, ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी के अंदर जितनी भी चीजें आपने की हैं, वो सारी की सारी चीजें आप सोलबाउंड टोकन पे देख पाएंगे.
I am in 100% sure that you guys know about crash of FTX, of Terra, and a lot of bad things that are happening. And this is happening.
अभी दुनिया में बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हो रही हैं जो इलीगल है, जो गलत हो रही हैं. तो सोलबाउंड टोकन के आने के बाद इन चीजों पे बहुत लागू सोलबाउंड टोकन के लागू होने से ठगी के मामले कम होंगे.
Who are the people on blockchain in crypto and do they do their money laundering, right? And regulators want to make sure that it is clear, right? From
मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग के जितने मामले हैं उस सोलबाउंड टोकन से आने से कम होंगे और आगे जाके बंद भी हो जाएंगे.
We provide you the passport because now you need your physical passport everywhere. You want to travel, you need to have a passport. You want to open a bank account, you need to have that the passport, right? Everywhere you
सोलबाउंड टोकन एक तरह का पासपोर्ट होगा जो डिजिटली काम करेगा.
In the upcoming months, in the upcoming years, every your action in the blockchain, in DeFi, in some decentralized exchanges and centralized exchanges,
आगे जाके भविष्य में आप ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी में जो भी काम करेंगे वो आप सोलबाउंड टोकन के अंदर देख पाएंगे.
So we cannot talk about it just as it is, right? It's the fact that it is already here. At what we done, we issue and we prepare and we mint these passports, decentralized passports, blockchain passports for you to use in blockchain industry. That's why it is SOULB IDs, and that's why we're issuing the IDs. Please, Jean.
Thank you, Russ. Thank you. Let's move to the next slide. Anete, if we have any questions, please ask. Maybe there's a community questions. Otherwise, yes.
Let's
तो हम बात करेंगे
whatever questions will pop up from community, we will answer afterwards. Otherwise, we need to see how much time we need to answer.
अब हम बात करेंगे उच्च स्तरीय टोकनाइज्ड एसेट के बारे में। कैसे दूसरी चीज जिस पे हम बात करेंगे वो है निजी निवेश और उससे जुड़ी हुई डील के बारे में। और तीसरी चीज जिसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे वह है कैसे डेसो और वेब3 के रेफरल्स को हम अनलॉक कर पाएंगे।
So you can't have a security token, buy a security token. It's a share. Remember, you can't buy a part of the company being anonymous. There's no legal framework for that. It's illegal.
आज की डेट में कोई भी लीगल फ्रेमवर्क नहीं बना हुआ है जिससे आप क्वालिटी टोकनाइज्ड एसेट को बाई कर पाएं। हमको केवाईसी को पास करना बहुत जरूरी हो गया है।
Let's say there's a company X selling and offering real estate, tokenized real estate. There's a company B offering, revenue share of some mining activity. There company C, and we have, again, as Ross said, we have 60 more clients. So every of our client has, not only our client, we have a lot of partners, and we're building this ecosystem where you will have this your identity. Everybody has this identity, which means that these people can access different applications, decentralized, and everybody would understand that these are decent people from different countries that represent either their public investor or their accredited investor. What are the limits? So there certain will be rules, because rules attached to people, and this SOULB ID by us is exactly what we need to basically whitelist all the operations on the blockchain. And this is what I'm telling about the private investment deals, because you don't need to pass KYC many other times, and you can be already.
आपको जब निजी निवेश की डील्स करनी हो तो आपको केवाईसी प्रोसेस के थ्रू जाना पड़ता है। तो सोल बाउंड टोकन के आने से केवाईसी की प्रक्रिया में बहुत आसानी होगी।
And but with us, you just only do it once, and it also unlocks things like decentralized societies, DSO, and building networks and relation networks and marketing networks on the Web3 using referrals. That also is
Soulbound tokens के आने से DSO और Web3 referrals में काम करने में भी बहुत आसानी होगी।
Next slide, please.
Yes. Okay. As also, yeah, you wanna add?
Yeah, let me start. Let me go through the slide. Regulation of crypto. Guys, we in Soulbox, for the last 4 years that we work in tokenization, we conducted 55,000 of hours of research of different nuances. Regulation.
Soulbox में हमने 55,000 घंटों का एक रिसर्च के बाद बहुत सारे नए चीजों बहुत सारी नई चीजों को लाया है।
And we understand the pain and the problems of big players in DeFi industry, as well as challenges of investors, because you are the investors.
जितने भी निवेशकों की की तकलीफें हैं उनको हम समझते हैं और उन निवेशकों की तकलीफों को देखते हुए हम लोगों ने सोल बाउंड टोकन को लाया है। सोल बाउंड आईडी के आने के बाद निवेशकों को बहुत सहूलियत होगी।
So all of the transaction in DeFi, for example, in
यूरोप में जितने भी ब्लॉकचेन टेक्नोलॉजी पे ट्रांजैक्शंस होते हैं वो सोल बाउंड आईडी के तरीके से ही होते हैं।
It is a fact. It is fact, right? We know about it. So this, for example, completely crashed the business of 1 inch of the biggest decentralized exchange. Why? Because they are not ready. We are ready as a soulbound ID. They are not. That's why we're providing for them the SOULB ID and providing the possibility to you to participate in our activities and join.
हम आपको ये मौका दे रहे हैं कि आप हमारे जितने भी काम हैं उसमें आप हमारा साथ दीजिए और हमारी कंपनी का हिस्सा बनिए। बहुत सारे लोग ये समझ नहीं पाते हैं कि कानूनन प्रक्रिया क्या होती है। अगर आने वाले महीनों में कानूनी प्रक्रिया में बहुत सारे बदलाव होने वाले हैं।
Capture this moment and we provide the compliance for the investors who will invest now and in the future in all of the project or will use any of their products in DeFi, in decentralized finance, as well as for big companies that currently doing a business in DeFi, but have a problems with upcoming regulation. It is a big challenge.
बहुत सारी कंपनियां ऐसी हैं जो कानूनी प्रक्रिया में परेशान हो जाती हैं। बड़ी कंपनियों के पास बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जिसके कारण वो फंस जाती हैं। हम सारे के सारे निवेशकों के केवाईसी को चेक करने के बाद ही पासपोर्ट को इशू करेंगे।
Have your decentralized ID and be compliant in this upcoming regulation. Jim.
Thank you, Ross. Let's move on to the next slide. We don't have much time. It's okay. So let me go through the main type of identities that we have. So again, as Ross,
हम देखेंगे कि हमारे पास कितनी तरह की आइडेंटिटीज हैं। हमारे पास 3 अलग-अलग तरह की आइडेंटिटीज हैं, पहचाने हैं। पहली पहचान है जो निजी वेब3 आईडी होगी जिसकी कीमत होगी $10। दूसरी आइडेंटिटी है निजी वेब3 आईडी प्लस जिसकी कीमत होगी $15 और तीसरी जो पहचान होगी वो है बिजनेस वेब3 आईडी जिसकी कीमत होगी $500।
personal Web3 it includes your main KYC data points like name, where you're from, you have to scan your passport with driving license.
जो पहला आइडेंटिटी है पर्सनल वेब3 आईडी उसमें आप अपने केवाईसी को अपलोड करेंगे और हम इस केवाईसी को पूरी तरह से एनालाइज करके पूरी तरह से इसको चेक करके उसको फिर हम आप आइडेंटिटी को इश्यू करेंगे।
So when we say Web3 plus, that's a bit additional information, mostly for accredited investors, or what is called professional investors, people who have to those type of
जो दूसरी पहचान है पर्सनल वेब3 उसमें थोड़े और उच्चतम तरीके के निवेशक जुड़ पाएंगे, जिसमें ज्यादा धनी निवेशक जुड़ेंगे, जिसमें केवाईसी के और उच्चतम तरीके से उसमें लाया जाएगा। इस पहचान में वह लोग जुड़ेंगे जिसके पास बहुत ज्यादा पैसा निवेश करने के लिए है, जिसके पास बहुत ज्यादा पैसा निवेश करने के लिए है।
And the business plus, the Web3 plus, that's if your company would like to create security tokens, they need to meet certain compliance level.
और तीसरी पहचान जो है बिजनेस Web3, वह उस तरह की पहचान है जब आपकी कंपनी
KYC or KYB providers know your business, know your customer. So these providers, they check the data, and once the data is checked, they tell us on the API, they say, we have checked the data, it's all good. And given
जो तीसरी पहचान है बिजनेस Web3 ID, इस Web3 ID से आप उच्चतम तरीके के निवेश कर पाएंगे। अगर आपका व्यवसाय सिक्योरिटी टोकन्स बनाना चाहता है, तो तीसरी पहचान बिजनेस Web3 ID के थ्रू वह बना सकता है।
Will be leveraging tokenization within the next 3-5 years. We know how technology progresses. So this is a key element of the puzzle. You can't build anything unless you are verified to do so, unless you're a business or you're a person, like who is interacting. So this is why instead of blockchain just address interaction, we have people or business interaction. But this is exactly why where this Soulbounds, where these passports are being used. And again, you can see at the roadmap, it's kind of tight because we plan to finish the whole development by the end of the next year. So which means that
हम अगले साल के अंत तक इस सारी तकनीक पे जो जितना भी काम है उसको पूरा कर देंगे।
DeFi and tokenization ecosystem of Starbucks, this already be done within the next 365 days.
अगले एक साल में सारा काम खत्म हो चुका होगा।
We do it with the Starbucks products. I will just tell you more. We have launched one of the first DEXs, decentralized exchanges for security tokens in the world. We're the first one who launched it on the Binance Smart Chain. We're the first one. So we know the potential of this technology, and this is why
हम इस तकनीक के पोटेंशियल को जानते हैं। हम इस तकनीक से होने वाली फायदे के बारे में जानते हैं। इस तकनीक पे बहुत सारे काम हो चुके हैं और अगले 365 दिन में बाकी काम हो जाएंगे।
Because now we're talking about millions of people that will be interacting on the blockchain, and there's hundreds and businesses.
बहुत सारे हजारों लाखों करोड़ों लोग ब्लॉकचेन पे काम करेंगे और आगे इसमें भविष्य बहुत उज्जवल है।
One second, please. And can you, this last slide before we go to the exact question. And what we can see here, the different identities of Soulbound tokens, right? Personal identity, Web3 ID, Web3 ID plus, business ID, business Web3 ID plus, right? We see a different packages of the SOULBs that will be minted in the future. And what I want to mention, and it also answering the questions that I have seen before, right? I will explain you one thing, right? Look, we in Starbucks for the last 4 years, we have a lot of partners, our network partners that we can use in our.
हम Starbucks में हमारे वर्क फ्लो को काम करने के लिए हमारे पास बहुत सारे ऐसे पार्टनर हैं जो हमें कस्टमाइज्ड सॉल्यूशंस प्रोवाइड करते हैं। हम हम बाइनेंस के लिए KYC का काम करते हैं।
It is a KYT, know your transaction provider, top 2 in the world. We are partnered with SignSoft company that do the audits for Microsoft, for Nestle company, and that do audit for us. We partnered with Metis blockchain, and Metis blockchain founded
हम
by
Metis blockchain के भी पार्टनर हैं।
mom, and we speak directly to Vitalik Buterin's mom about our collaboration in respect of Starbucks, right? And what I'm trying to say that we can use this network for Soulbound project as well, because it is
हम ये जितने भी प्रोजेक्ट हैं, इन सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स, इन सारे लोगों को स्टारबक्स और सोलबाउंड तकनीक के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं। हम किसी तरह के प्राइवेट डेटा पे हम किसी भी तरह की कोई हानि नहीं पहुंचाएंगे। We just provide the technology, the layer, the rules, how to do so, right? And what you see that we will have a different packages, $10, $15, $500 for the people and for businesses that will buy this identity. And why you need बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो $50, $500, $5000 में इस सोलबाउंड टेक्नोलॉजी को खरीदी करेंगे।
Soulbound ID community tokens that you will in the future will be able to convert or to buy the personal web ID for $10, right? Or for $15. But if you want more tokens, for example, 3 million of tokens, you will be able to sell them for all of the people in the world who will request to issue the Soulbound ID with SOULB ID project, right?
Soulbound ID को हम आगे जाके बहुत सारे लोगों को तक पहुंचा सकते हैं और उनको ये भी समझाएंगे कि इसका इस्तेमाल किस तरीके से है।
Who want to buy ID and buy the passport, right? And you will have this chance. Moving to another slide.
Yeah, thank you, Ross. And also, I want to add one thing is that this personal web
एक सवाल है जो मैं पढ़ के सुनाऊंगा। मेरी जो पहचान बनेगी उसमें किस तरह की जानकारी होगी और मैं इसे देने के लिए बाध्य क्यों हूं और इसकी क्या और मैं ये कैसे मानूं कि मेरे दी हुई जानकारी की किसी भी तरह का दुरुपयोग नहीं किया जाएगा। उसका उत्तर है इस चीज को एक अच्छे KYC स्टैंडर्ड KYC प्रोसीजर के द्वारा बनाया जाता है और एक उन्नत कंपनी है सब जो एक मान्यता प्राप्त KYC प्रोवाइडर कंपनी है जो ये काम करती है और सोलबाउंड ID जो है वह आपके किसी भी तरह की जानकारी को रखती नहीं है। डेटा आप जो भी जानकारी देंगे वह डेटा बिकता नहीं है, किसी भी तरह के उस डेटा पे कोई भी सौदा नहीं होगा। किसी भी तरह की गारंटी कंपनी के डिक्लेरेशन पे ही रहती है। जो दूसरा सवाल मेरे सामने है वह यह है
within our ecosystem that accept this standard because at some sub you see the logo and at the left
किस तरह के डॉक्यूमेंट्स यानी किस तरह के दस्तावेजों और नियमों पर आप लोगों के जानकारी को लेंगे जिससे आप डिजिटल आईडी बना पाए। डिजिटल आईडी को बनाने के लिए आप लोगों से किस तरह के दस्तावेज और नियम बनाएंगे। सोल बाउंड आईडी को बनाने के लिए आपको बहुत सारी इंफॉर्मेशन देनी पड़ती है, जिससे आप सिक्योरिटी टोकन्स यानी जो जानकारी आप देंगे, अगर वह जानकारी अंतरराष्ट्रीय केवाईसी नियामकों के जो भी नियामकों जो भी आप
let's see how it goes. Yeah. What will be the data that should be in my ID and why I'm obliged to give it? Look, and what is the guarantee that there will be no misuse? Look, again, SOULB doesn't hold your data. We don't have access to your data, and this data is being stored with a sub. Why am I obliged to give it? You're not obliged to give it. You can skip it. But if
अगर आपकी किसी भी तरह की जानकारी अंतरराष्ट्रीय केवाईसी नियामकों और उसके द्वारा बनाए गए पैरामीटर्स पे फिट नहीं बैठती है, तब आपसे और जानकारी ली जाएगी।
So we introduced the SUB, which is a qualified provider, to get this document, to get your documents done, verify. It's a standard.
SUB एक ऐसी कंपनी है जो आपके डेटा से जुड़ी हुई सारी जानकारी पर काम करेगा।
And this information is being stored. Nobody is using this data. Nobody is spamming you. Nobody is selling your private data, so that's for sure. And obviously, SUB and Soulbound are responsible for that. Mm-hmm. Based on what documents and jurisdictions can you request from people the data to make a digital ID? There's different levels of data that can be collected, but mostly for the financial operations, like general financial operations, it's a standard date, it's a standard passport. And again, you go into the bank, you take your passport, and it's enough. They don't ask you for the medical record, right? They don't ask you for your credentials, for your words. They don't ask you for your education. They don't need this data. They just need your passport data. So for the IDs, to make a digital ID, the passport would be enough. But passport or complementary, so the driving license or national card will also be used. And yeah, Ross, if you have anything to add, please.
No, you're perfectly right. So to sum up, that we're not storing the information, and Anete is perfectly right. It will be done through the recognized providers, and we provide the technology. And I see there some mentions in the chat, for example,
ये तकनीक
more worried about their personal data, so it's not shared without their approval.
उन्नत कंपनी के द्वारा ही आप तक पहुंचाई जाएगी। यह तकनीक उन्नत कंपनी SUB के द्वारा ही आप तक पहुंचाई जाएगी।
Only one time and then use it in all of their Evorich and crypto unit ecosystem, and for all of the STO, for all of the STO of Stobox, and for other companies in the future. So currently, for example, it is an example. You need to pass KYC, for example, on centralized exchanges. On Binance separately, you need to pass KYC. Then another time in OKX, then in Bitfinex. In all of the exchanges, every time you need to pass the KYC. And it is a problem. it is
एक प्रॉब्लम आती है हमारे किसी भी तरह के, आप स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे जाते हैं तो आपको अलग अलग तरह के केवाईसी से जुड़ी हुई दिक्कतों का सामना करना पड़ता है। सोल बाउंड टोकन के आने के बाद आपको केवाईसी से जुड़ी हुई किसी भी तरह की तकलीफ नहीं आएगी। इस तकनीक की एक खास बात यह भी है कि आपके दी हुई जितनी भी जानकारी है, चाहे वो कानूनी जानकारी हो या किसी भी तरीके की जानकारी हो, वह पूरी, हम यह सुनिश्चित करते हैं कि वह पूरी की पूरी तरह सुरक्षित है।
Imagine if you don't like and if you don't want to receive your physical passport, okay man, sit at home, no travel, no Dubai, you will not travel to Dubai, you will not travel to US, sit at home and relax. If you want to travel, please get your passport and show to the visa officer, right? The same in crypto now and in the upcoming months. You need to have your compliance of your address, that you don't do the fraud, you don't do the money laundering. You need to have this compliance. And in the upcoming months, the same is in my example, that you need pass KYC every time for every exchange. The same will be indexes. You want to use the Uniswap.
भविष्य में केवाईसी से जुड़ी हुई बहुत सारी उन्नत तकनीकें आने वाली हैं। उदाहरण के तौर पर मैं यह भी बताना चाहूंगा कि आप किसी भी देश में जाते हैं, आप एयरपोर्ट से उतरने के बाद ही आपको बहुत सारे केवाईसी नियमों का भविष्य में पालन करना पड़ेगा। सिर्फ पासपोर्ट दिखाने से भर से ही यह केवाईसी नियम लागू नहीं होंगे, और भी बहुत सारे केवाईसी नियमों का पालन हमें करना पड़ेगा।
Yeah, thank you. Absolutely. That's the gateway to tokenization. This is exactly what we're doing. Next slide, please. How long is the pre-sale of SOULB tokens? Look, we don't know the exact the exact dates. I think we might finish before we planned, but it's plans to end in January.
Soulbound token की बिक्री कब तक होगी? इसका उत्तर मैं दूंगा। Soulbound tokens की बिक्री 2 अलग-अलग समय में होगी। Soulbound की बिक्री, Soulbound टोकनों की बिक्री 2 अलग-अलग समय में होगी। अभी यह बिक्री 15 जनवरी 2023 तक होगी। दूसरा सवाल है, मुझे मेडिकल आईडी कार्ड के बारे में ज्यादा जानकारी चाहिए।
Which is a very close of what we do with identity, but they store it with it's a medical data on NFT. So it's not, don't think of this as an image of your lungs. No. It's not that type of NFT. NFT is a non-picture information that is hashed and attached to a blockchain address. So in this case, it's not the hospital that stores centralized the data of their patients, and it's not you who having this all.
ऐसे लोगों के बारे में क्या कहना चाहेंगे, क्या बताना चाहेंगे जो सोल बाउंड आईडी को नहीं रखना चाहते हैं, पर WCRU के यूजेज और फ्यूचर डिविडेंड्स को पाने के लिए हकदार हैं। इसका उत्तर दूंगा, सोल बाउंड आईडी स्टोबॉक्स इकोसिस्टम के अंदर इस्तेमाल होता है। आपको इसे रखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है।
again, we don't have it in the focus.
इस उन्नत तकनीक से निवेशक अनगिनत निवेश से जुड़े माध्यमों में बिना केवाईसी आराम से आ जा सकते हैं।
What about people who don't want to make Soulbound ID but want to keep WCRU for future dividends? Look, I want to make this very clear. WCRU, crypto unit, and that business, they are also our clients. In a sense, they are Starbucks clients. So what Starbucks does for WCRU and for crypto unit, we help frame security token offering. We help frame legal and technical framework to meet the level of compliance. Because
WCRU इकाई एवं क्रिप्टो इकाइयों को नियामक फ्रेमवर्क बनाने में मदद करते हैं।
How we have done our STO, and we would like to advise what could be done to avoid the risks. So we said, okay, that's good. We're focusing on this, and we engaged with the on the agreement with WCRU and the company, and we said, okay, there's a set of there's a roadmap with a set of things that we have identified to do. WCRU will be deployed on a Starbucks dashboard on the EVM chain. So this transformation is that, what Starbucks does. So I know you don't have to pass SOULB ID to be a WCRU investor. That's your business with the crypto unit. But Soulbound will be used and integrated for all of the projects like WCRU, and we have multiple clients. So we would offer integration of SOULB ID for those projects. Why? And this is a main question. Why? Because imagine investors that everybody got SOULB ID can go to different environments. Remember what I told you, and participate, invest here, invest there, receive dividends from here.
Soulbound ID धारक अनगिनत निवेश करने वाले माध्यमों में जाकर निवेश कर सकता है, और खास बात यह है कि वह बिना किसी लंबे चौड़े केवाईसी चेक के निवेश कर सकता है।
And these are different businesses, from real estate tokenization to again to real estate, but not from the small buildings, but people are building cities in Cyprus. We just came back from Cyprus.
Yeah.
People, so these are different investment opportunities. So you don't have to get a SOULB ID to be inside WCRU. But if you have the SOULB ID, you can seamlessly move around Starbucks ecosystem and participate anywhere you want. So that's again, but that's optional.
Right. So long story short, yes, you need to have the Soulbound ID. Why? Because it will simplify in 100x for you, your actions and your documents, etc. So if you will have Soulbound ID,
Soulbound ID के होने से आप अपने दस्तावेजों से जुड़े हुए जितने भी पहचान है, उसको आप इजीली किसी भी निवेशक के साथ साझा कर सकते हैं।
Every time, everywhere, you will use Evorich products, Evorich STO, pass KYC one time and have access. The same with Starbucks and the same with other vendors. So answering your questions, it is not necessary, but it is better to you. Not only better, you can also have a premium and have a benefit from it by participating in SOULB ID. And we give to the crypto unit community this opportunity, this unique opportunity to participate now. I think
Let's move to the next slide. We don't have much
So
time.
can I clarify this,
Yes.
guys, before you go?
Please.
So do you say that in order for our community to get the access to the security token whenever it's going to be
Right.
listed, we have a choice? Either we go through the standard KYC to get the access to the world crew, or we have the SOULB to get the access to the world crew. So we are not must have it.
No,
but
no.
we have a choice, right? So if we don't have this SOULB token, then we will still have an access to the world crew tokens.
Yes,
if
absolutely,
we pass the
absolutely.
KYC and AML, correct?
Absolutely. It's not a blocker, so you will be able to do whatever you're supposed to do. But
Yes.
with the SOULB ID, you would now open a new opportunities. Let's call it this
Okay.
way.
सोलबाउंड आईडी के होने से आप निवेशकों के साथ नए उन्नत तरीके के अपॉर्चुनिटीज ला सकते हैं.
And I think people also get confused here when they say that they have passed the KYC for the Evorich. Guys,
बहुत सारे लोग
not list
जब KYC से जुड़ी हुई
platform where we have completed
परेशानी
KYC. Our token
में पढ़ते हैं
is
तब वे कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं.
external platform. So for that reason, we need to pass the KYC. Okay, don't get confused
Absolutely.
with different platforms,
अब जो
please.
नए सवाल आ रहे हैं उनके बारे में मैं
It is the key moment.
बताऊंगा.
The question it is about the KYC passing in a different venues. That's why we created SOULB ID to not pass KYC in Evorich, in Starbucks, I don't know, in 1inch.
एक सोलबाउंड आईडी और एक STBU टोकन के बीच में क्या
And to be honest, this is
अलग-अलग चीजें होती हैं,
I think.
या दोनों के बीच में क्या difference है?
Account in many platforms, and now I have changed my password. I have to go on all these platforms and
ये
upload
दोनों अलग-अलग टोकन हैं.
password on all of them, and I need to remember where. So with the SOULB,
STBU
I will
एक
do it once, and it will be automatically
कमीशन यूटिलिटी से जुड़ा हुआ टोकन है
continuously get the access
जो
to
DS स्वैप और DS डैशबोर्ड पर है.
If you will not change this information,
सोलबाउंड टोकन एक
you will have maybe the legal
कम्युनिटी आधारित टोकन है
passport expired, you provide the wrong information,
जो कि
I don't
सोलबाउंड
know,
आईडी प्रोजेक्ट
and it is a different
पर ही काम करता है.
different moments, and you worry about it because you have forgot it, and now you don't understand what it's meaning for yourself because you cannot change it, right? That's why you can pass through the SOULB ID one time and then give access. Of course, it is the option. If you have
हमको हमारे पोर्टफोलियो में STBU टोकन्स क्यों रखने चाहिए जो कि पहले से स्टोबॉक्स टोकन्स हैं.
8 hours per day, but if you respect yourself, you can pass one time and then make your business.
यह दूसरा सवाल है, हमको हमारे पोर्टफोलियो में STBU टोकन्स क्यों रखने चाहिए जो कि पहले से ही स्टोबॉक्स टोकन्स हैं. इसका मैं उत्तर दूंगा, ऐसा किसी ने नहीं कहा है. STBU टोकन्स को आप गैस से जुड़े हुए पेमेंट्स करने के लिए इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं जो कि DS स्वैप पे ही है.
Usually centralized exchanges, or even decentralized exchange, they have their utility tokens to pay for the commissions for the trading. We have the same. It's no-brainer. So there's two different utility tokens: SOULB tokens that were on the pre-sale, and Starbucks utility token that is live. Why should we keep STBU tokens in our portfolio, which are also Starbucks tokens? Look, guys, you don't have to. It's absolutely free will. I do believe in what we do. I believe in tokenization. We have issued tokens. Ross is a token holder. I'm a token holder, and we believe it for our. I mean, we will stake on ourselves. Why would I invest somewhere else? Because we focus on very interesting topic of tokenization, and we are driving this innovation. So of course, I'm investing in my own company where I'm a co-founder. And of course, I'm promoting our activities, and Starbucks token is something that is an essential part. again, more we have volumes, more tokenization, more we grow within times. Again, it's a very small market today. We're talking about hundreds, thousands access from the market perspective. Of course, I believe in Starbucks token, but again, you should. If you say why should we, you shouldn't. It's just a matter of your own desire.
Yeah,
One could be.
Sorry, a
Well,
few comments
yeah.
and let's move on to the question about the white paper, right? Guys, please listen me carefully. I will explain you simple what is the difference between SOULB token and SWU token. Me and Jean, we are the co-founders of Starbucks that I mentioned, right, a few times during this webinar. And in Starbucks, we have our native token SWU of our products, DS Dashboard, for example, right, where crypto unit and where VCRU token will be placed, right, in DS Dashboard. And it is our native token of Starbucks. And this token is listed on Gate.io. It is top 5 exchanges in the world. And it is our native utility token of our products. So Starbucks means SWU. SOULB ID means SOULB tokens. So Starbucks, it is SWU. SOULB, it is SOULB, right? And now you have a chance to participate in first phase, first private round, unique round, especially for crypto unit community with best terms, with best price of the first phase of our private round of our community token of Soulbound ID, right? Please, Jean, let's continue about white paper.
Yeah. Look, the white paper is being prepared. It's not ready yet. We have started the promotion of the technology. Now, why? Because we're implementing it.
हमने इस उन्नत टेक्नोलॉजी का से जुड़ी हुई पब्लिसिटी स्टार्ट कर दी है.
We're talking about the roadmap, and who are following the activity saw me on the webinars of crypto unit, and in the crypto unit there is a roadmap, and we, in the beginning of next year, the full STO will be live of the crypto unit, and because there's so many people, we have to come up with the technology for the crypto unit. So it's not something that we do, from outside. We deliberately did this for the crypto unit. So the first place where it's going to be used is the crypto unit. And because we're already implementing this, and we thought of doing, of course, utility token and promoting this and fundraising and promoting our utility token, we started to do it now because there was no other option. So we didn't have much time to prepare from the white paper standpoint because we work on the technology. We have to deliver the technology side. So once that is done, we will come back to the more kind of literature part of the business and explain, what we're now explaining to you will be put on paper, because this is what we call a white paper. We have it in our brain.
हम जो भी चीजें यहाँ पे समझा रहे हैं उसको हम एक दस्तावेज के द्वारा आप सब तक पहुंचाएंगे.
In early next year. Next slide, please. Will SOULB tokens also trade on exchanges and be transferable to other once unlocked? Yes, of course. So the utility tokens will, once they will be unlocked,
क्या SOULB tokens को स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस के द्वारा खरीदा या बेचा जा सकता है, और क्या इसे खरीदने के बाद किसी दूसरे आदमी या किसी दूसरे के पास ट्रांसफर किया जा सकता है? इसका उत्तर है हाँ, बिल्कुल. ये चीजें बहुत ही डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड है और एक्सचेंजेस में आसानी से खरीदी जा सकती हैं.
I'm not going to tease it at the moment, but we're good friends with Gate.io, and this is the exchange that Starbucks token is being listed since the beginning. So we assume that SOULB tokens.
मैं दूसरा सवाल पढ़ूंगा. कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो 5 साल से अधिक से ब्लॉकचेन तकनीक पे काम कर रहे हैं और अलग-अलग तरीके के एसटीओ टोकन्स जिनके पास हैं, वे कहते हैं कि हमें किसी भी तरह की डिजिटल आईडी की जरूरत नहीं है। तब हमें इस आईडी की क्यों जरूरत है? इसका उत्तर मैं दूंगा। जैसे ही आप किसी एक केवाईसी को पार करते हैं, क्लियर करते हैं, तब आप किसी भी तरह के निवेश के माध्यम पे आप बिना रोक टोक आ जा सकते हैं। यह स्टोबॉक्स इकोसिस्टम के अंदर ही हो सकता है। अगर आप एक एसटीओ निवेशक हैं तो आपको इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है। एसटीओ सामान्य तरीके से
Thank you, Russ. Some people who are into blockchain for more than 5 years and who other STO tokens says that they don't need such digital ID. Why we need this? I think that question has been already answered many times. You don't need it if you don't feel the necessity of this. If you're, I mean, it's okay. It's okay for everybody. It's okay for us. But for people who do understand the value of this, we're welcoming you. So again, as we also mentioned, that there's no blocker, so you don't have to have a SOUL BID to be a crypto unit WCRU shareholder. Next slide, please.
No. Let me comment on that. Guys, it is very straightforward, right? For example, I see the question, some people who are into blockchain for the most 5 years and holds the offers of STO tokens that they don't need such a digital ID. That I mentioned a few minutes ago. Not many people read about regulation and not many people understand where we're going on, right? They hold the Terra, hold the assets and FTX, and then the money is disappeared, right? We see these trends. We are not the newbies in the market. We are already 4 years and we are top 5 companies in the world that do tokenization. That's why we understand the pain, right? And to have this SOUL ID and to have the digital ID in general, now it is only the question of the time. Now they don't understand. Of course, okay, I cannot cover it, right? But doesn't matter. In a week, in a month, in a year, these people who currently don't understand will come and buy the identity in general, to have the identity in Web3 industry. And you guys who listening this webinar, you now understand what is it, why we do so, why you need so, right? That's why we can currently participate in our community token to have it to then sell for all of these guys who currently don't understand, who hold the STO for the 5 years and don't understand what's going on now, because maybe he have some ideas that was 5 years ago and now is 2022, right? And upcoming 2023. So it is possibility to you to buy, to participate, and then to sell for all of these guys who don't understand, because you understand. Moving forward.
Thank you. Let's move on. Okay. Some say that 25 SOULB tokens can be received for free by registering. Look, we have a wallet, which means that it's a Swift widget. Unfortunately, I don't have a QR code here, but I will.
कुछ लोग एक सवाल मैं पढ़ूंगा। कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि 25 सोल बाउंड टोकन्स को हम टेलीग्राम ग्रुप में रजिस्टर करके फ्री में पाए निशुल्क मिल सकता है, तो हम इसे खरीदना क्यों चाहिए? इसका उत्तर दूंगा मैं। किसी भी तरह के कॉन्टेस्ट के में या किसी भी तरह से हम फ्री में सोल बाउंड टोकन्स को नहीं खरीद सकते हैं।
$25 or plus for the package to receive a free Soulbound
स्वीप विजेट प्रतियोगिता में पार्टिसिपेट करने से आप एक निशुल्क निजी वेब3 आईडी और वेब3 आईडी को पाया जा सकता है। जितने भी लोग $25 का भुगतान करने के बाद सोलबाउंड टोकन खरीद रहे हैं, उन्हें एक निशुल्क सोलबाउंड पर्सनल निजी वेब3 आईडी भी प्रदान किया जाएगा। अगला सवाल, क्या बच्चों अगर सोलबाउंड आईडी खरीदते हैं तो उसके लिए कोई कानूनी नियामक प्रावधान है? क्या बच्चे भी इस आईडी को बना सकते हैं? जो भी बच्चे 18 के नीचे की उम्र के हैं वह इसका उत्तर है, जो भी बच्चे 18 से उम्र के नीचे हैं वह इस आईडी इस पहचान को नहीं बना सकते।
Person starts from once he received the passports from he's 18 years old. Will the MLCI structure be copied to the ecosystem? Again, no, we're not copying any structures.
स्टोबॉक्स के अगला सवाल, स्टोबॉक्स के इकोसिस्टम में क्या MLCI के स्ट्रक्चर को कॉपी किया जाएगा? इसका उत्तर है नहीं। स्टोबॉक्स एक अलग संस्था है और ये अपनी ही तकनीक पे काम करता है। इसमें किसी भी अलग तरीके का MLCI स्ट्रक्चर कॉपी नहीं किया जाएगा।
Have been issued
अगला सवाल,
first beta version of Soulbound. We know who
क्या
they are.
सोलबाउंड टोकन को एक आदमी से दूसरे आदमी तक स्थानांतरित किया जा सकता है? इसका उत्तर दूंगा जी हाँ। जैसे ही सोलबाउंड टोकन को खोला जाएगा उसी तरीके से आप तुरंत उसको किसी भी स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे ट्रांसफर और उसको खरीद या बेच सकते हैं। ये जितनी भी पहचान है इनको बेचा नहीं जा सकता या एक्सचेंज नहीं किया जा सकता।
We're in one boat. We're all in one community, and if once SOULB becomes a leading product for the decentralized identity in the world, we'll all be a couple of bucks richer for that. So of course we are in the same boat for that. Can the Soulbound token be transferred peer-to-peer? Yes, of course. Once the lockup period is over, you can transfer any Soulbound tokens, any community, any utility tokens, of course, not your identities. Thank you. Next slide, please. Difference between SOULB community token and STBU. Is STBU a stable coin?
Yeah.
We have already.
अगला सवाल,
Yes, please, Ross.
I'm only sharing my thoughts.
सोलबाउंड कम्युनिटी टोकन और STBU में क्या अलग है? क्या STBU एक स्थायी कॉइन है? इसका उत्तर दूंगा नहीं। STBU एक यूज आधारित टोकन है जो स्टोबॉक्स इकोसिस्टम पे काम करता है। ये जितने भी टोकन हैं इनके अलग अलग काम है और ये डायरेक्टली किसी से भी लिंक्ड नहीं है। अगला सवाल, क्या STBU स्टोबॉक्स सिक्योरिटी टोकन SOLX से अलग है? हाँ, इसका जवाब दूंगा मैं जी हाँ। स्टोबॉक्स यूटिलिटी सोलेक्स से एकदम अलग है और ये निवेशकों और शेयर होल्डर्स के लिए एक अलग प्लेटफॉर्म है। तीसरा सवाल पढ़ूंगा, अगला सवाल पर जाऊंगा।
ID token, data ID passport. You can't sell it, you can't send it, you can't transfer it. It's yours, and it's a utility.
जब कोई भी व्यक्ति स्टोबॉक्स पर डायरेक्टली अपनी जानकारी देता है, तो क्या वो एवोरिक स्ट्रक्चर के साथ भी जुड़ जाता है? इसका उत्तर दूंगा नहीं। अभी इस तरह के किसी भी जुड़ाव का कोई भी प्रावधान नहीं है। स्टोबॉक्स एक तकनीक प्रदाता कंपनी है, ना कि किसी भी संस्थान से जुड़ा हुआ।
After their lockup period, you will be able to transfer it or sell it or send it, whatever you want moving forward.
Next slide, please. Who puts the data on the tokens and how? Again.
अगला सवाल।
Who puts? You put. The people who register. They again. Everybody went through the KYC process once in your life. Look, it's the same.
अगले सवाल पढ़ूंगा। वह कौन सा व्यक्ति है जो हमारी जानकारी इन सारे टोकन्स पे डालता है और कैसे डालता है? जितनी भी निजी जानकारियां हैं, वह एक संबंधित और अधिकृत केवाईसी संचालक के द्वारा ही कलेक्ट की जाती है, जो कि या तो सब होगा या उसकी कोई अधिकृत कंपनी होगी।
Can I say that I am a queen of Great Britain? Yes, you can say, but
अगला सवाल।
anybody would believe you. That's a different story. Who verifies the? Look at the sum sub.
अगला सवाल। मुझे एक बड़ा पैकेज खरीदने की क्यों जरूरत है? मुझे लाखों टोकन्स लेने की क्यों जरूरत है? इस सवाल का उत्तर दूंगा। टोकन्स जो है वे सोल बाउंड आईडी की जो तकनीक है उसमें किसी भी तरह के रकम को चुकाने के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जाएगा।
Yeah, it is what I mentioned a few times during this webinar.
जैसे जैसे डिमांड बढ़ रही है, वैसे वैसे सोल बाउंड टोकन्स अधिक खरीदे जा रहे हैं। अगला सवाल। एक किसी भी तरह के टोकन में, चाहे वह सोल बाउंड टोकन हो या किसी भी तरह का टोकन हो, उसमें मैं कितनी जानकारी डाल सकता हूँ? इसका उत्तर है इसमें किसी भी तरह का कोई लिमिट नहीं है, यानी किसी भी तरह की कोई बाउंड्री नहीं है, कोई सी भी लिमिट नहीं है। आप इसमें जितनी चाहे उतनी जानकारी इसमें आप डाल सकते हैं।
who will request to buy a decentralized identity. Why? Because you are the first, you now understand it, right? You spent your time during this webinar, you understand how you can use it, how you can benefit from it, and you will sell it for all of these guys, for millions of people around the world who are not currently with us on this webinar.
Okay, how much information can we put on one token? I don't think that's a relevant question. Again, that's a passport information that's being standard KYC information. You don't put your assay, you don't put your notes, your poems. It's not about this. It's about financial data. Next slide, please. If the token contains data, doesn't the essence of the blockchain anonymity gets lost? Look, that's a very good question. And yes and no, because look, everything that we have at the moment on the Web3, everything that humans did was anonymous. And look what we have. Look at the curve of the industry, the adoption. Look how it's like. I mean, people, you should understand that this is a very scammy world with that type of approach. So will that approach remain? Yes, it will. But if we want to have a stable investment, if we want a decent companies to move to the blockchain, we need to create a regulated environment. But we need to create where people cannot just simply steal money from the Web3, rug pulling, and they tell that we got hacked, and and people are simple. They know the nuances, and the regulation are there to avoid problems, avoid rug pulls, avoid scams. And even though we see banks going scam in the world, but they are regulated. Imagine what would happen to the banking industry if anyone would be able to create a bank without any reporting. What will happen? And this is exactly what's going on with the blockchain technology now. So we don't say that the anonymity gets lost. You want to play anonymous, stay anonymous. We're fine for that. But what we want to build and what we're building is the whitelisting ecosystem where different companies share their tokenized assets. And to play on that side, you have to at least to pass your identity to be a KYC person. So that's kind of, it's a kind of black and white. So if you want to be on the business side and be whitelisted, that's one story. If you want to remain anonymous and enjoy being anonymous, that's also fine with us. But yeah, I hope that's clear. Will these tokens accrue dividends? If so, will they come from? No.
Let me answer this question.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. So at this point, we're talking about our community token, Soulbound ID, right? What I mentioned. You participate, you get your utility tokens, community tokens, that you can convert to get your ID or to sell for the people who will request to buy this ID, right? In the future, we will, as Jin mentioned, we will tokenize a company itself, SOULB PRE-SALE, right? And will provide for you a possibility to invest and to get dividends from it, from the security token, right? Currently, we're talking about the utility token. So a utility token itself will not have the dividends because it is a utility community token due to the regulation. Here we cannot do anything, right? But in the future of security tokens that we will announce in the upcoming months, of course, you will have this possibility moving forward.
Yes. Where can you use the data encrypted in this token? How can you use it? Again, I think that's we've answered this question. You don't use this data. You provide the personal data to the KYC provider. This data is being kept, stored, and the hash of that storing being sent to SOULB within the token. So there's no data. You don't use the data. It's like it's being used on the blockchain and kept with a specific provider. Yes, next slide, please.
Okay, so we have answered all of the questions, and it is the last slides of presentation. What I asking, let me finish this presentation, right, in the upcoming 3 slides, and then Anete, we can move forward with the questions from the community, and it will be great if you could derive the things, right? So implementing dual token model, it is what I mentioned in the last question, right? So we have now our community token SOULB right?
implement
It is our
करेंगे, इसकी
community
बात
token.
करेंगे।
It is a utility token. And
यह
in the future, we
जो
will have
योजना
our
है वह 2
security
तरीके
token
के डिजिटल
SOLX,
टोकन्स का
right?
इस्तेमाल
And
करती है,
now you have the possibility to participate in
कम्युनिटी
our
टोकन
community
एवं
token. Security
सिक्योरिटी
token we
टोकन।
will announce later, but we include it in this roadmap, so you will have a picture what is our steps and what is going on. Now you can participate in the community token in the first phase of the private round, especially for crypto unit community moving forward.
बनाने का एक बनाने
Next
में
slide,
मदद
please.
करता है।
Next slide, please.
Community token SOULB. Right. So our community token SOULB, in what you can currently participate, that have a utility. So through this utility token, the people can pay for the issuance of Soulbound ID. That's what I answered, why I need to buy a big package, because you will have a big amount of tokens through which you can buy a lot of IDs. And if you bought one ID for yourself for $10, you will have a lot of tokens that you can share, that you can send, that you can sell for all of the people who will request to get their IDs, the passport for the blockchain. You can make the payment in our Starbucks ecosystem and in Evorich ecosystem, right, as a way of payment. We will open the staking, farming, and you will be able to get the additional rewards, as well as in the future, you will be able to convert SOULB utility token to SOULX security token, right? And of course, you will have the governance and you will be able to get the special investment limit allocation for the projects that we will announce, right? For the crypto unit project, for the Starbucks project, because remember, we in Starbucks, we're dealing with big companies that are doing tokenization. As Jin mentioned, in Cyprus, we will tokenize. It is a billion company. It is a project for $2 billion, right? We're currently tokenizing the company, the project in Qatar. It is also the million company, and we do tokenization for them. And you will have a special terms to participate in this offering, because you will have the Soulbound ID and you will have the Soulbound tokens. That's why you will have the special terms for all of these offerings of the big guys, as well as of Starbucks and the crypto unit. And we have issued this token Soulbound ID. You can see displayed on the screens. The total supply will support the Binance Smart Chain, Ethereum Smart Chain, will support the Polygon and other blockchain as well. Next slide, please. Yep, Soulbound community, our round, right? We're starting at this moment from the first phase. We're currently on the first phase of private round. And now you have the possibility to take part and to be one of the first who can participate and who will have the ID and who will able to sell to other guys who don't understand what's going on, right? And you can see display the token distribution for the sale, for the reserves of the company, for the team, for the marketing purposes to promote it, right? For the liquidity. Liquidity means for the liquidity pool on DEX, on DSwap, or the amount of tokens to be traded on crypto unit exchange or gate exchange. So it is the liquidity for all of the exchanges. And DeFi activities, it is airdrops, it is share drops, it is a lot of activities that are prepared and that we will announce soon. And we're currently starting the first phase of our round that's currently live. Once we close the first round, we will open the second, right? And if it will be, as Jin mentioned, in the upcoming months, we will do the first phase, especially for crypto unit community, especially for you, and you will be also able to participate in the second round. And in the public round, we will do the IO, IDO with a different price, much higher that you can currently participate and get, right?
2.5 times higher, not much higher, 2.5 times higher, because the average price now is a 1 cent. The next phase 2 average price is 1.5 cents. And the public round that we expect next year will start at 0.25, which means that whoever joins now will have the best terms. And when Ross, please
जो
finish.
लोग
I want
अभी
to
इस
also comment
योजना
on the
में
next
साथ में
slide as
जुड़ेंगे
well.
अगले एक
Yeah,
साल
so
बाद
what Jin
बहुत
is
ही
trying to
अच्छी
explain
स्थिति में
that it
रहेंगे
is a
एवं
benefit and it
अच्छा
is your
अच्छा
reward
मुनाफा
that you
कमाएंगे।
currently sitting in this room and hearing and listening to Ross and to Jin and to Anete. It is the reward to you that you currently hear that you can do 2.5x from the beginning. So token is not listed anywhere, but you did a 2.5x. And I think it is a great opportunity for you in this economic micro environment in the world. And with a lot of events that are currently happening. Please, Jin. Next slide.
Yes, next slide, please. Yes, I would like to emphasize.
अगली स्लाइड
This
में
is
हम
the sale
इस
distribution. These
पूरी
are the
योजना
packages.
के
So
जितना भी
when we
विक्रय हुआ
say
है एवं
it's a
इसके
one
डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन
cent
एवं इसके
average
पैकेजेस के
price,
बारे में बात करेंगे।
look at the column before last.
आप जितने भी कॉलम्स देख रहे
Price per
हैं
token. So of course
इसमें
and we
पैकेज
have the
के
packages
दाम
from
पहले
$10
कॉलम में
to
पैकेज का दाम,
$15,000.
दूसरे कॉलम में
And there
कितने
are 3
टोकन्स
packages for $15,000.
सोलबाउंड के कितने
I'm not
टोकन्स
sure,
हैं
but I think
उसकी
one or two of
जानकारी,
them have already
तीसरे
sold.
कॉलम में बोनस से जुड़ी हुई
And the
जानकारी,
price is
चौथे कॉलम में बोनस टोकन सोलबाउंड
0.006,
के
which
बोनस
means
टोकन
that
से
when
जुड़ी
we
हुई
say an
जानकारी,
average price of 1 cent, this is a
पांचवें
40%
कॉलम में
less than an average price.
सोलबाउंड टोकन से के
And
पैकेज से जुड़ी
why?
हुई जानकारी,
Because for every package, there is a
छठवें कॉलम
bonus
में
tokens. So you're not
टोकन
just
के
buying tokens,
टोकन
you're
का
buying a
टोकन की
package.
कीमत
And more
और सातवें
package price you
कॉलम
buy,
में
more bonus
टोकन के
tokens you
पैकेज
have.
से जुड़ी
So
जानकारी दी हुई है।
for $15,000 package, the bonus tokens are 100%. So you're not buying 1.177, million, but you'll be getting X2. That gives you the minimum possible price of the round. It will never go down on the primary sale of so that's the best terms that we have evaluated,
Right.
that we have adjusted for the community.
Right.
Ross, please.
Yeah, it's exactly Anete and your community members answering the question why I need to buy the biggest package. Look, you will have a 100% as a bonus that you bought this package, and we already sell the first package from 3 and only 2 left. So someone catch this opportunity, and currently 2 left. Maybe after this webinar will be 0, right? So it is the opportunity to you to get these bonuses and to get the lowest price. Look, price per token, the biggest package for $15,000, 100% bonus, and the lowest price of the token, the lowest, right? So more token, more packages you buy, more discount and bonuses and better price you will get.
And also, please remember that starting from $25 and above, with every package, with not every package, but if you buy at least one package of $25, you will be granted SOULB ID for free. If you buy 5 packages, you will also be granted 1 identity. So it doesn't matter how many packages you buy, you have to buy at least for $25 to qualify for your free SOULB ID. Yeah. Yes. Next slide, please. If you do have any questions here,
we will answer, I think, in the end. But guys, please write in the chat 10 if you understood why you need to buy their biggest packages, because you will get the bonuses, the better price. Put 10 if you understand what we mentioned. 10,
okay, good.
10.
Minus 10.
10 plus 10.
I guess the question here is not even why you need to buy the biggest package, why would you need to participate in this project? That's the main question here, is because we have to end this webinar very soon, and there are loads of questions in the Q&A box, guys. But I would recommend for you to go and listen to this webinar once again, because there are loads of your questions that you have asked has been answered during the webinar. If you haven't heard your
2022
answer,
से लेके
maybe because you were focused on your question.
2023 तक का रोड मैप
So please go back to the recording
से
once
शुरुआत
it's
करेंगे।
ready. It should be
इसका
ready on YouTube. So once we finish, go back to this webinar and listen to it once again. And you will hear your answers because lots of questions were answered. And you see, guys are already saying that they understand why they have to go for the biggest package. So it means they will understand why they would need to even participate in this project. What benefit they will get, how they can use your offering. But there are a few questions that are very important to answer, I guess, right now. The question is like, is there a limitation of the countries, of the citizens of different countries to participate in your project? Because what we have had in the past is that they, like, let's say people from Russia, they participate in the project and then they realize they won't be able to do anything with this asset that they have. What about your token?
1.0
That's a very good question.
उद्घाटन किया जाएगा।
When to answer this, we have to refer to the general policies.
उसके
The
बाद
general policies,
community token private
we can
sale
identify
चालू
what is
होगा।
called the whitelisted
उसके
countries,
बाद
the graylisted countries, and
SOULBound
blacklisted
ID
countries.
DOA setup
For the white
बनाया
and the
जाएगा।
gray, we will accept all of
उसके
them.
बाद
For the blacklisted
10,000 से
countries, we
ज्यादा
will accept
SOULBound ID
none.
users
And I'm not gonna mention all of the countries in the blacklist.
tokens को release
But
किया जाएगा।
countries like Russia is in the blacklist. Countries like Afghanistan is in the blacklist. Countries like Botswana, Rwanda, those are also in the blacklist.
से जुड़ा हुआ
we will
जो कि
publish
IDO और IEO तकनीक पे
the whitelisted countries or probably the blacklisted countries shortly.
जो रहेगा
I will ask my team to prepare a list of countries which are blacklisted, so we share it in the SOULB Telegram community. Please join the Telegram. India is not, unfortunately, it's not a whitelist.
Integrated SOULBound ID जो कि स्टोबॉक्स पार्टनर और उसके क्लाइंट हैं, उसको एक साथ जोड़ा जाएगा। उसके बाद जितने भी एफिलिएशन हैं, जितने भी क्रेडेंशियल्स हैं एवं जितने भी कमिटमेंट्स हैं टोकन्स की, उनको पूरी की जाएगी। उसके बाद जितनी भी Web3 बिजनेस आईडीज हैं Web3 की, उसका उद्घाटन होगा। और आखिरी में CEX लिस्टिंग होगी कम्युनिटी टोकन्स की।
Yeah, Jean, let me correct you a little bit, right? Let's divide in two things. It is participation in the community token SOULB, right? And the second part, it is to get the identity. In respect of participation in our private round to buy our tokens, allowed all of the countries that are supported by CoinSet infrastructure, because we are running our private round first phase on the CoinSet infrastructure, and CoinSet company choose and decide what countries they are supporting, right? So maybe the countries like India, of course, yes, and Bolivia, you need to double check with CoinSet private cabinet if you allow, right? And the second part, to get the identity. For example, you can still be from Bolivia, for example, and you, for example, allow to buy on the private round the community tokens, but you will not able to convert it into their ID itself. You'll be able to sell to another man from, I don't know, from US, the utility token, or from France, so they can do the buy and get the identity, right? And this case you will make the profit, the benefit, because you bought on the lows with the better terms if you're from the gray listed countries or black listed, sold for all of the guys who requested in the future from other countries. Please, Anete.
Yes.
All right, so I hope it is clear for people. So the question is like, if they are from Russia, and if Russia is in a blacklist, then there is no point at the moment, at least, to participate in this project. Correct or not?
जितने भी देश जो ब्लैकलिस्टेड है वह इस योजना में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर पाएंगे।
They will have the possibility. I don't know yet. You need to ask their coin set manager, because I am not the coin set company representative, right? But if in the future the community members from Russia wants to convert it into the IDs, they will not allow it so, because the Russia is currently
जितने भी ब्लैकलिस्टेड कंपनी ब्लैकलिस्टेड देश हैं, आगे जाके अगर वह इस योजना से जुड़ते हैं तो उनको भी एक विस्तृत केवाईसी तकनीक के जरिए ही जोड़ा जाएगा।
But they will not able to convert it in SOULB ID directly.
Okay.
Guys, first of all, thank you. There's a lot we can tell about, but I think it's kind of static. So I don't want to cover the whole slide because it will take us another 20-30 minutes. I can tell a lot of this. What I kindly ask.
आगे भी बहुत सारे स्लाइड्स हैं, बट मैं उनको लेना नहीं चाहता हूं क्योंकि उसके लिए आधा एक घंटा और लग सकता है।
And we will answer on the next Q&A webinar, or we will answer just providing a Q&A.
अगर आपके पास किसी भी और तरह के सवाल हैं तो आप कम्युनिटी फोरम में जाके उसे बोल सकते हैं। Q&A पेज के द्वारा भी इसे आप अपने सवाल हमारे तक पहुंचा सकते हैं।
For SOULB, integral part of it. Can we have a next slide, please?
Yes, and we have to end. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe do you have any additional questions, important questions? Because we are here and we are ready to answer till the end. If you have these questions that you noted, we are ready to answer. Maybe not all of them, of course, but only the important one.
Yeah, they're talking about the unlocking period. Richard was asking above question is important to know the answer for. There are so many questions, so I hope, let's see. So above question is important to know the answer for, because the next round will have a 6 months lockup period instead of 12 months. If all the tokens are minted at once next year and the start date of all lockup periods have the same date, this is an important thing to know. But which question above he is referring to, I am not sure.
Look, the first round lockup is 12 months. Why? Because
पहले राउंड के इस योजना में 12 महीने का समय लगेगा। और अभी जिस कीमत पे सोलबाउंड टोकन्स को लिया जा रहा है वह बहुत ही किफायती दाम है।
Than a public round that will be in probably
आज जिस दाम पे इन टोकनों को आप खरीदेंगे, भविष्य में जाके यह 7 गुना से ज्यादा दाम आपको इस पे मिल सकता है।
kind of not allow people sell these tokens immediately, and this is a good practice. We have to protect ourselves and the interest of all the investors, not only the first ones. They got the best terms. So the second will have the lockup of 6 months, but the price increase in 50%. But the public that will be in Q2, the IDO doesn't matter. The public will have not the best price. I mean, the public price, but they will be unlocked. And this is the trade-off between a locking period and the price of the token.
भविष्य में जाके इस तकनीक की कीमत और भी महंगी हो सकती है।
So we have to be very careful to protect our investors and token holders at every single stage, every single step of the.
भविष्य में हमें अपने निवेशों पर बहुत ज़्यादा
It is not something unique.
सावधान होने की जरूरत है,
in crypto,
क्योंकि ब्लैक लिस्टेड देशों की संख्या बढ़ती जा रही है।
It is mathematical, logical, and tokenomics logical. That's why we do so.
Yep. Again, we will ask Anete to form these questions to send to us, and we will start preparing answers and share some answers with you on a paper form.
Yes, and also I have seen the question in the live chat. If we can do a separate stream, especially for Q&A, for live Q&A. And of course, guys,
आगे जाके हम एक अलग से वेबिनार करेंगे जिसमें हम सिर्फ सवाल और जवाब पे ही बात करेंगे। आपके जितने भी सवाल हैं, एवं आपके और सवाल के ऊपर भी और जितने भी सवाल हैं, उस पे हम एक अलग से सेशन, अलग से हम एक सेमिनार करेंगे और वो बहुत जल्द करेंगे। और उस वेबिनार में हम कुछ और एक्सपर्ट लोगों को साथ में लेके बैठेंगे।
Crypto unit stage, and we run out 15 minutes, right? But we would like to schedule the next marketing activities, and we'll continue answering your questions. So what you have now the possibility to check your private cabinet, right, in the infrastructure of CoinSet and participate with the best terms of SOULB BID.
Yes, exactly. We have run out of the time, and there are so many questions and so many I think we have answered already.
It is okay.
Yeah, but there are many that has still popped up, and unfortunately we are not able to answer all of them today, but we will organize another webinar with the Q&A. So just watch the news.
बहुत जल्दी हम एक क्वेश्चन और सवाल और जवाब के लिए एक अलग से सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज करेंगे।
And yeah, and we will see you guys once again, and hopefully we can make it more clear. But that, again,
how much more clear can we make? That's a good question.
But I would recommend everyone to rewatch this webinar once again, because a lot of questions has been answered, the ones you have asked.
Absolutely.
मैं सभी लोगों से ये निवेदन करूंगी कि इस वेबिनार को फिर से देखें, क्योंकि इस वेबिनार में हमने बहुत सारे ऐसे तथ्य हैं, ऐसे जरूरी तथ्य हैं जिनको जोड़ा है, और जो इस तकनीक से जुड़े हुए लोग हैं वे आप तक अच्छी से अच्छी जानकारी पहुंचा सके।
Either you are part of the future or you do the your way, the usual way. It's totally up to you.
Yeah, exactly. You catch the moment and participate, or in the example, you sit at the home and don't travel.
Guys, I want to cheers everybody with upcoming winter holidays and with upcoming New Year. There's a lot of people around here, so I hope everything goes fine with you and your families. And
मैं आप सब लोगों को नव वर्ष की शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मैं आप सब लोगों को नव वर्ष की शुभकामनाएं देती हूं। और आप लोगों से ये निवेदन करती हूं कि हमारे इस कम्युनिटी को सोशल मीडिया में ज्यादा से ज्यादा शेयर करें, क्योंकि इस तकनीक से जुड़ी हुई बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें हैं जो रोज होती हैं और उन्हें हमें जानना जरूरी है।
Thank you for your time, and thank you for everyone who participated, asked the questions.
Thank you, Anete.
Let's see
you,
what
Anete, for being with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Anete. Bye bye.
Bye bye.